Hello and welcome to Freedom from the Night, Tales of the Supernatural. Well, Freedom from the Night. We get off into the Tales of the Supernatural. Today's topic is about ghost riders. I was given this morning. Again, you can just about get anything over here at this channel. Whatever the Spirit of God leads me to, that's what I'm gonna do. So off topic, on topic, whatever it may be. The Holy Spirit funny. What do y'all? What is the Holy Spirit laughing? Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Stop. It don't matter over here. We getting off into whatever it is the Spirit of God has us to get off into. Okay. Anyway, that so the topic today is about ghost riders. All right, ghost riders. So I'll be back after this. All right, so we are back, and today's topic is about ghost riders. Okay, it's about ghost riders, and I was given this morning, and so as you know, I got my cards. Um, not getting into that subject, but anyway, um, ghost riders. This is some breaking good news. This is some breaking good news to someone out there, okay? Someone who needed, including myself, okay? I needed to. So this word is not only for you, it's for me as well. But I'm told to give it to whoever this is needed for. Now, Ghost Riders. All right. You remember the movie Ghost Rider? Um uh uh with Nicholas Cage. Nicholas Cage. Um, yes, with Nicholas Cage. And he was like this skeleton that was with flame. And he was riding on this bike, this motorbike. And I guess every time he got angry, this is what it brought him to. The anger always brought him to this, being that ghost rider. He never he went about his regular life, but he also had a Mr. Hyde mentality. So he was Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. One in his life, he was presenting to others that he was just this normal person, but then he had Mr. Hyde mentality, which was in the back of his mind. Like he had a whole nother person, a whole other person in the back of his mind, laying dormant there. And that's who he became at night. At midnight, okay, every night he became this different person. So the father told me to talk about the ghost riders. Okay, the ghost riders, the father was saying how they ghost riding with you. Okay, the father was saying that they ghost riding with you. All right, you they may look like they are riding with you because, okay, they look like they present themselves as nice individuals. They present themselves like they are with you on everything you say. Are they with you on everything you do? They seem like that. Okay. They are ghost riding with you. Okay. They're not there wholeheartedly. Their heart is not there riding with you. Okay. It's in the back of their mind, it's somewhere else. Okay. But the physical self, it seems as though that they're riding with you, but they're not. They're not riding with you at all. Okay. You got the ones that hang with you every day. These are the one, this is just that. Okay. You got the ones that will hang with you every day. You got them, and they pretend that they with you, but they are nowhere to be found as soon as they get another friend. Yes, as soon as they get another friend. Okay. Which is this word friend in the world. Okay. But the only friends that we actually have is the Holy Spirit. But these people who are ghost riding with you, they operate off of friends. Okay. Birds of a feather, also known as birds of a feather, flock together. Okay. They seem like they riding with you, but they are ghost riding with you. They really don't like you. They really don't even know what you really are. You know what I'm saying? So they pretend hang with you every day or every so often. Some friends they get together on certain occasions, and it seems like you're just being friends with them for those occasions, but then you got to go home and then ain't nobody there for you in you know what I'm saying, nobody's there for you at that time. I mean, you might get some people pretending again like they there, but you know that that person or whoever else around you ain't truly there for you. It has been people who has committed suicide due to these ghost riders that pretend like they there for you, you know? And then these same pretenders who there for you, these friends that act like they there for you, but you really don't have but one friend, and that's the Holy Spirit. But these friends that you go to, which you supposed to put your trust in God, but you go to these friends and these ghost riders ghost you. Okay? They ghost you. They never there for you. They pretend like they there for you as long as you are people pleasing for them. Okay, you're people pleasing for them on their side, showing them attention. Okay, you riding as long as you ghost riding with them, they ghost riding with you. Okay, I'm hearing sin upon sin. Okay, this is sin upon sin because these people are pretenders. They pretending like they are with you, but they are nowhere to be found as soon as they get another friend. So this word friend is the go-to thing. Okay, so they find somebody friend, another friend that they can flock together with on who they are, people pleasing, giving them all the attention that they need for themselves in such a way, and not really y'all not supporting each other and doing the right things. Then they prefer that. They prefer that person, or someone other than you to be around. Okay, someone other than you to be around. They stop calling like they used to. They stopped doing what they was doing with you to start doing what they was doing with you with someone else. Okay, so they stopped doing what they was doing with you to start doing what they was doing with you with someone else. All right, because you ain't people pleasing enough. You ain't showing the attention that they need whenever they speak. because they are in their pride of things, and you're not showing them the amount of attention, the people seeking attention that they need. So you're not a people pleaser enough. Okay, you're not people pleasing enough, because they the people. Remember, it says in the so these people go off of what the government does. That's their father. The things in the world is their father, so the government is their father. So for the people, by the people. So these are the flocks that hang together, because it's for the people, by the people. That type of mentality is friends. Okay, that type of mentality is friends that's for the people, by the people. If you ain't people pleasing, for the people, by the people, if you ain't people pleasing, then you are not the one to be hanging with. People know if you ain't people pleasing them, and you is a person that's what they would call cocky, or not even cocky, conceited. You'll be conceited because you want to make sure that you knowing what's around you before you jump wholeheartedly into being cool with them. But these people don't care who they cool with, who they friends with. They don't care. They just trying to get in to where they can get the attention that they need. That's it. And be the person that's front and center. They love it when people are talking good about them. They don't want to hear the wrong stuff, the chastisement, the reproach. They don't want to hear the reproach. That's nothing they want to hear. They don't want to hear the reproaching, which is what God is saying that we need to do when you're with people. You have to set boundaries. So therefore, reproach is considered setting boundaries. Reproach is the same as setting boundaries. So reproach is needed way beforehand when you see certain things. You can't be all in and then forget that you are needing to reproach that person. That person needs reproach. Okay, you can't just be riding on everything, because they here to ghost you as soon as you question them. As soon as you question them, they have a problem with that. Okay, because that means that you ain't trying to please them. You trying to do your opposite thing. So that means that no, this person finna leave in a minute once they find out that I'm all about me. In a prideful way. Okay, in a prideful way, meaning I'm all about me, but I'm not giving you nothing in return. It's okay to be about you, but be about you as you're, have enough to pour out for your neighbor, to give to them, not temporarily, but to make a commitment, an everlasting commitment. Because you're not doing this to your neighbor, you're doing this unto God as well, and to yourself, so that you can learn what to do as you're stepping forward. You're learning about yourself as you're doing that. Okay. All right. So so again, they will go into doing what they do with you, to doing what they do with you with somebody else. And they won't, and again, they want they went back to that same friend that they knew before, and that they was talking about so badly to you about, or that person that they was talking about so badly to you about. They went right back to that person. Okay, and this person this person is going back to people is the person that talk about everybody. They talk about everybody, but they don't do no wrong. Because you know why? Because they only gloating. They ghost riding on the surface. They ghost riding from person to person, only with those who saying positive things at that moment. If as soon as you question their thought process, as soon as you As soon as you question their thought process and what it is that they're trying to do, that's when you will get an unpredictable answer, a passive aggressive answer. Okay, that passive aggressive side, that Dr. Jekyll, that Mr. Hyde side on the other side of them will come out. Okay, so they went back to the friends that they were with at first, that they was talking about, because they talk about everybody, and that they knew before you, and way longer than you, or that friend who ain't into what you're into, which is God. Okay, that friend that ain't into what you're into, which is God, which being into God causes you to be protected, to be guided, to be led, to go down the path that is righteous. So you're going to be offish. You're going to be offish. You're going to be standoffish by yourself until you realize, until you know what's going on, and you immediately say, okay, this is something that I have a problem with. And not even a problem with, this is something that will be a problem between the both of us. Because I understand what you are normally used to doing, and I understand that you're used to going from person to person to get what you need. But I have set boundaries. I have set boundaries, and those set boundaries will not be overturned. You cannot overturn this table, because God has set this table for me. Okay? You cannot overturn this table, because God has set this table for me, not you. You are not my God. All right? Okay. You cannot take from the table. You cannot add to the table. You cannot turn it over. This is not set. This table is not set by you. It's set by God. All right? So again, these will be birds of a feather that flock together. Family do this. Friends again do this. People on your job do this. Your boyfriends, they do this when they come in and out your life. Friends do this, like when they acting like they for one friend, but really they going back telling, they being all nice to you, girl, yeah, girl, all that different stuff. But then they going right back to going to telling the other, that one friend that they originally was with, what you said, but they ain't saying what they said. They gonna tell that friend is that, girl, I was just trying to see what she was gonna say. No, it don't work like that. It ain't about you was trying to see what she was gonna say. If you're saying something negative, then you know you wrong as well. Okay. You was doing your thing too. And then family do this. Family do this by taking, okay, they got this one person where they the go-to person. Everybody go to this person. The aunties, the uncles, the cousins, the nephews, the nieces, everybody go to this person. This person gets all the attention that he or she needs. And the people will go to you if this person ain't giving them what they need. So that person will go to you and be like, well, blah, 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 and get to talking about that person. But really, they know that you ain't even that type of person, but they know that they ghost riding with you for a little moment. And you can say anything, and they'll just go off on whatever it is that you say. But you saying it out of the kindness of your heart, which you're doing a reproaching of individuals, because you know who these individuals are. You're not gossiping, but you are pinpointing out some things about the person. But then they can't wait to go and tell the person what you said, which is a contradiction. Okay, because they not saying what they saying. Now, I had a family member to come and say something about something that of the person that's dear to me, you know what I'm saying, that's dear to me, they came to me and said something about that person, but then they expected me to be on their side against my own. Where they do this at? Okay, that's my own. I birthed this person, and you coming to me about who I birthed, but then you expecting me to be on this other person's side with you. That makes no sense. And then get mad because I'm trying to tell them that that's not even how that went. And then they saying that, and then they telling me that how, well, I'm not wanting to talk about this. Uh, that's not what I'm calling for. That's not what I'm texting you for. Um, I'm not calling for that. That's not what I'm doing. So she acting as though she protecting this person, but I'm protecting mine too at the same time. And number one, ain't nobody in the wrong. Nobody was in the wrong because that's mine and you protecting yours. Nobody was in the wrong for that. And uh and on top of that, the person was wrong for coming to me about something I didn't even do. I would never disrespect a person who is over me. That's not who I was talking to. I was talking to the people who were um who was talking over that. I was not talking to that individual who this person thought I was talking to, you know. And the person who was my own, she was not talking to that grown person in any disrespectful manner. She wasn't even talking to that person. She was talking to the um to a whole other person. She was off of the topic. Like she wasn't even talking to anybody. She was just she was just minding her own business, basically. Okay. And she was talking to the young girl uh, that she was talking to. She originally who she originally made the post about. She wasn't talking to the person who came in and said something. She wasn't talking to her. Okay. But they misconstrued it, what was being talked about. And then that led to a whole situation that was all wrong. Okay. And so you got birds of a feather that flock together. So all of those people in my family, they were all flocking together. It don't matter what I say. I'm not people pleasing them. So they're not going to come to me because I'm not pleasing them. I'm not on their side pleasing them when they want me to, so that they can use me as a scapegoat to make them look good. So I'm not pleasing them to make them look good. So they don't they not on my side. They not trying to talk to me about they not trying to talk to me about anything, which I don't care. You know, they sit there and lie and say how well, we're not talking. I don't want to talk about that because I don't get off into that. A lie. That's a lie. They do get off into that. They just don't get off into it with you. Into it with you. Because you don't stroke them like they need to be stroked. You don't make them feel bigger. They can't utilize you yet. Okay. So they don't know you apart as to being a part of being in that family agenda. Okay. They don't know that yet. So they saying that they sound so sensible. They sound so nice, but in reality, they are just as immature as the rest of the family. Okay. So don't even fall for that as well. So again, and a boyfriend will do the same thing. A boyfriend who he like you up until he don't want to be bothered with you no more. Then he go off into dealing with somebody else. That's when he only used you for the moment, and now he want to come back, and now he want to do all this different stuff. But again, the stuff that he does is passive aggressive. That's not going to get you to get him back, because he's not more important than you. That passive aggressive stuff ain't going to get you back if you already know who you are in Christ. And that person think that they are more important than you because they carry a stature of ego. And they got that ego from whoever it is that they told about you to set you up. Okay. So they feel like they gloating on air. They gloating on air. They not gloating on God. They gloating on air. Okay. Because they went all out in the air and got this stuff from airy type people. They got this stuff from airy type people who ain't even reliable sources. This stuff ain't even fact sources. These are sources that don't carry anything. And the facts that they carry is false witnessing against you. Even if they did know you, they still false witnessing against you because they only know you from how you interact with that person. That's still not the you that they know. I mean, that's still not you that they think they know. They think they know you until you are the person who set boundaries, okay? So mainly, you will be the one who is not a people pleaser. And that's the reason why these people do not want to hang with you, okay? Because you're not a bird of a feather that flock together. Yesterday, I seen a bunch of birds flocking all together. And where they was is kind of like, why are y'all on that? Like, have you ever seen it where all birds are just on top of something? And what they on top of is electricity. Like, y'all gonna get shocked and die. Like, all of y'all together. All of y'all together, but y'all gonna die together, okay? Because look at where y'all at. Y'all are on electricity, on wires, hanging on wires that can put harm to you if it's heated. And then we looking at a bird on the ground that's dead. Why? Because of heated, overly heated. At some point, you're going to get the shocks, the heat, and all of the electric wiring things that happen that's going to happen to you. Okay. Yeah, eventually one of the flocks gonna die. Okay, one of the flocks gonna die. So anyway, I'm gonna go because the main thing is that people will be ghost riding with you as long as you don't question them. It is when you question them is when they no longer riding with you at all. They never was riding with you. They was just with you for the moment because you satisfied their needs and what it is that they needed, that they wanted, okay, for that moment. But then once they seen that you wasn't people pleasing, meaning you wasn't riding with them on their thoughts and their decisions that they were making against you and anybody else, when you start questioning what's going on before you, they got mad, they got angry, upset, they start being passive aggressive and start treating you like you a peasant, like you enslaved, like you a homeless person, and you're not an important person just like them. They start treating you lower than they are. Okay. And it's time that God is saying that it is time for his people to stop ghost riding. And those who know that the person is not good for you to hang with, let them go. If you need to discern that. And those who are not good for you to be in a relationship with, you need to hang that up. Let that go. That person just not for you. Let it go. Don't go back to that passive aggressive stuff. Who wants to be in a passive aggressive relationship? 1 minute they good, the next minute They not. How many more passes do you let go until they go off on you? How many more? Because you don't know what triggered them. You don't never know where they coming from because you don't know what triggered them into getting aggressive. They've been passive so long. As long as you was with them, people pleasing with them, until then, after you start questioning them, they no longer want to be around you. They no longer want to help you, is what they say. So again, stay tuned for more. No more ghost riders, okay? No more ghost riders. Start speaking up, setting boundaries, and so on and so forth. They may not like your boundaries. They may try to convince you of their titles that they feel entitled to, but still, you don't have to ghost ride with them, making them look good. You don't have to. You just don't have to. It's a no. I'm questioning, what do you really want? What is it for real? What is really going on? What do you have planned? What is the decisions that you have plotted against me? What is it? I'm questioning why. Okay? Stay tuned for more.